as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Chicago Bears. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 37. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Looking to put a drive together. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw is Williams. He's got the connection to Moore. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as they'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded at the 33. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding what...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, 60 yards. And the Browns get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Bears nothing.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Got the hook up to Moore. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. They'll go play action here with Williams. And that's out to the flat for Swift. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
To throw, it's Williams. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Lonnie Hickman with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
At the 35-yard line.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point. How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
To throw is Sanders.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson.
And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
To the air, Williams.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Malik Collins drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Well, partners, the first quarter, too early to start talking about needing a comeback. They're down 2 touchdowns already, and that sack, that disrupts this drive. They need something to go right on offense, and they need it to happen soon.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Cleveland offense making their way out.
They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They will start this drive with Ford. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle.
It's Dominic Robinson who comes in and makes a play.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Now 3rd down and 7. Sanders. That is caught. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
17 yards.
A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
As Sanders has it poked free. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They'll go with a keeper.
And he is going to have a Browns first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
This is Ford. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's Sanders.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ford. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
To throw now, here's Sanders. And that one too wide and incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Second and 10. Now Sanders. On the RPO, he'll keep it.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Shedeur Sanders
taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Browns have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Bears nothing.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse, and this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
First carry for DeAndre Swift.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
He's brought down
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
It wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in, went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up.
Play action. Now Williams.
It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
21-0 our score after 1. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And that's going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
On play action, here's Williams. Now a run here off the...
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Caleb Williams taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bears get a bit closer.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Santos with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland.
Looking to put a drive together.
On play action, here's Shador. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked by Kevin Byard. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Intercepted. The Bears take over 1st and 10.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
To throw, Williams. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Just nowhere to go with the football. He was forced to put that one into Lake Michigan. I think his receivers have to do a better job of working free because he didn't have anywhere to go at all on that play.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Here's Williams. A throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
A 43-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in 1 play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here. Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They run with Ford. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the gun on 3rd down, Sanders.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
It's Gervon Dexter who got in to drop him.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly, meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them? They were on him in a hurry.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. They juked him. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Bears take over.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball. But I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can. And that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Throwing is Williams. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 22-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
A handoff, Swift running to the left. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
A good pickup there at 22.
That's a nice job right there. Get the ball out to the perimeter, get it to your guy in space. And he's just going to take this, turn upfield, and turn it into a big play in 1st and goal.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game.
So that flag will set him back 5 yards.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. Back to throw. Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Back to the running game with Swift.
And they're going to stop him here short of the goal line with the flag down. Well, this could set up a very interesting decision. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal.
Off the play fake, it's Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They give him a dozen on the pitch and catch, but now they're up against a 3rd and goal.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And that went off the mark, a little late with a throw.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal.
From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
1 yard gain.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Play action. It's Sanders.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Jervon Dexter. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
That is incomplete.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get a big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Malik Collins. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out, because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
The Browns take over.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Looking to put a drive together.
Out of the gun here, Sanders. Over the middle, complete to Judy.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection.
On the ground, it's Ford.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Again, they turn to Ford. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ford, and he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2nd and 5.
Now a handoff up the middle. Ford.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now 2nd and 5. Now he'll try to run with this.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
A chance to really cap off a big 1st half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Ford is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
From the gun, it's Sanders.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And the lead now 11, 24-13. Offensively, pretty good execution. Long drive, chews up the remainder of the first half clock, and they finish it off with 3 points.
And what's the best byproduct of the whole thing besides the fact that they got points on the board? They didn't leave the other team any time to mount a drive themselves.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this.
9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10.
From the gun, here's Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now Williams, a final shot before break. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline.
Oh, that is incomplete.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
2nd and 8.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Working out of the gun, Williams. He'll get this into the hands of Adunze. Down the left sideline. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds.
A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
Williams pass. Intended for Rome Odunze. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here's a handoff to Swift running left.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Looking to throw is Williams.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
3rd and 7.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Williams.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Swift will take it in. Touchdown, Bears. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
The Bears will line up for the 2-point.
Williams going to throw for it.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said. That they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the 2nd half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing, Sanders. This one downfield for Tillman. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's taken to the 26. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 82 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Sanders to throw.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Williams following the fumble recovery. He'll throw.
Williams looking to do it himself.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
Here's Swift. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
To the air, Williams.
Now he's got it. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll look to throw for it with Williams. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
On 4th down, here's Williams.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
Roma Dunze.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bears have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front.
Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
A nice little juke. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Cleveland offense making their way out. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
To throw is Sanders.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack.
Jervon Dexter.
Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But the last one, man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone.
line.
They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
They'll go play action here with Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Just because you've got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing again here, Williams.
He'll try and do this himself. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Thanks to his effort, they now have a big choice to make here. He just ran them into field goal range with that one, so here come the choices. Do they kick it here, or do they trust him to make another big play and possibly get a first down?
And this one is no good. He missed it. And that will keep this a 3-point game. Maybe an important fourth quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Shifts by him.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 92 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
That flag, that'll push him back 5.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Off the bootleg, here's Sanders.
He finds his man, complete. That's 4th. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held him to an okay gain.
Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down.
Sanders.
He's got him in. That's Bond. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
To throw now, here's Sanders. Over the middle, he's got Bond.
2 yards on the pickup there. And it's second down.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
He finds his man complete. That's 4. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now third down and 6 to go.
And it's third down.
Now Sanders.
That is caught and brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
On first and goal, they'll try the option left. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score.
Jerome Ford
Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Browns have taken a fourth quarter lead. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Bears 27.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
Looking to put a drive together.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
49 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
First down, and they go with Swift again.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. That's complete right side to Kmet.
will go down as a gain of 6. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, the quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you'd think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Now 2nd and 9.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
To throw, Williams. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here's Sanders.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Back to throw. Sanders.
Open man, that's Tillman.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Sanders. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Jervon Dexter.
My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. The Browns send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. The Browns send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. So now the Bears down 31-27. A minute 53 remaining. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw.
A pass complete to Adunze.
What a big tackle there defensively.
One of the most difficult things for a defender to do, and think about the speed that he brought down. If he gets away, he's likely gone.
Here comes second down at 5.
They'll look to throw.
He'll get this into the hands of Adunze.
And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Back to throw.
Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Here we go. This is fourth down. They'll go. Here's Williams. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done. Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense.
At the 32-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
He's back to throw.
Over the middle, he's going to find Burden.
Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down.
He'll look to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
To throw once more, here's Williams. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.